Hello, Comicsgate. That'll probably be the last time I say Comicsgate here on this channel, because I think it's time we need to discard that word. It's no use anymore. And look at the year. Look at the year that we've just had. What has Comicsgate actually achieved? All right. All it's done is it served as an enemy for the comic book industry to rally behind, and they've used the two magic words to demonise us over and over again, like the left always does: racist and sexist. It doesn't matter how erudite, how clear we are in these videos and what we're saying and the things that we're pointing out, and how we mention that there's a left-wing consensus here, which speaks of a lack of diversity from the very people who talk about diversity all the time. It doesn't matter. None of that matters, because we are all racists and sexists if we're in the hashtag Comicsgate community. So much like people who are on the right today don't identify, if they've got any bloody sense, with the National Socialist German Workers' Party of the 1930s, 1940s, I think it's time that we discard this hashtag Comicsgate thing for good. Yeah, I think I need to do a new video on my channel for the opening page, the introduction to my channel, because that video was shot, how many months ago? Maybe a year ago, when there was still the hope that the comic book industry would listen to us. Now we know that the comic book industry will not listen to us, and instead will just use us to double down on their far left Democratic Party supporting identity politics. It's time to discard the name altogether, in my opinion, but what is yours? So let's have a look at the books that I picked up this week. And I came to the conclusion that the Comicsgate thing is useless now. A couple of weeks ago, really, but during my visit to the comic book store today, that it's just further emphasised to me that the whole thing has been a total and utter fail. It really has. Comicsgate has been a total and utter fail, because nothing is changing. The comic books that I saw on the shelves of the store today were written by the same people who were writing the same stuff about a year ago. Nothing has changed. If anything, they've got worse. So they've said to us, screw you, you're racist, you're sexist, we're going to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. There's only so many times you can beat your head up against a wall, isn't there? So let's have a look at the books that I've picked up this week, and let me know what you guys think about the hashtag Comicsgate name. It's got to go, isn't it? It helps the comic book industry, and it certainly doesn't help people like myself when we criticise what they're doing. So we've got a new Alterna comic this week. What's going on here? I don't know. Hopefully it's offering an alternative to the mainstream. Or we're going back to the 1880s. I guess that's nice and safe to do a comic book set in that time period. I don't know if it's good or not. It looks kind of science fiction-y, doesn't it, with the ray guns and the helmets there on the front page, but we'll see. So Feast of Famine issue number 1. Damage. This is probably my favourite mainstream comic book. It's available today. It's only £2.99 book as well. There's not so much identity politics in this one. It tends to be a little bit saner than your average comic book. And the character of the Hulk, there we go, there's damage there. The character of the Hulk is not being used by by Marvel Comics, so why didn't DC just invent their own version? And they're doing quite a good job here. Looks like he's having a fight with Superman there. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It's not exactly going to change anything, this book, but it's a brief interlude in the relentless onslaught of leftism that is the comic book industry today. So it's Damage, issue number 12, wasn't it? Logan, I picked up a Marvel comic book. I enjoyed issue number 1. This is issue number 2. I've noticed there's good old Stan Lee. I noticed that lots of the Marvel comic books this week were dedicated to the memory of Stan Lee, and the front covers were not like this front cover. They were mainly black with the title of the book on the bottom. That's probably the best thing they can do for sales, actually. Is get rid of the title, get rid of the artist and the writers, because we know who these people are, and they certainly don't bring the boys to the yard with their milkshakes, that's for sure. So in having the cover blank and just, you know, dedicating it to Stanley, they might even get a bump in sales this week. Then next week it'll be back to the usual stuff people aren't really interested in, and yeah, the continued demise of Marvel will continue. But yeah, Dead Man Logan, I had a laugh with issue number 1. I thought it was pretty funny. Oh, she's a buxom young lass, isn't she? That's Sin. Let's have a look at the beginning here. Hail Neo Hydra, indeed. I'm always rooting for the bad guys today. Huff, 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 Huffington Post. So it's Dead Man Logan, issue number 2. I'm sure what will happen with that Marvel book is that I'll be enjoying it for a few issues, then all of a sudden they'll wallop me over the head with loads of far left identity politics based on race and gender, and then I won't be able to read it anymore. But well, maybe they'll save that for about issue number 4, try to get me hooked into it by then. Batman Kings of Fear. This is just a book that I'm getting for the artwork, really. Let's see if I can find a big panel. It's been great, the artwork in this book. Look at that. With the long ears there. It's very gothic. I am an old school goth for my sins. Oh, here we go. Look at that. See what I mean? Isn't that beautiful? Batman's just getting screwed around with, you know, by the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow is doing his psychoanalytical shrink work, and he's, you know, really messing with Batman's head. So I'm not really interested in the story that much. It's just the artwork on Batman Kings of Fear, which is really, really good. Right. Oh, this book here. I anticipate that I'll be giving this quite a negative review, because this is all about the Resistance. And you've got a future America. I haven't read the book yet. Oh, that twat is still there. The future then of America's 1962, where the Germans won World War II, and I guess the Resistance are going to be fighting against National Socialists. I assume he's the good guy in the book. Oh, we've got a nice little SS there. So yeah, this is just reminding everyone reading comics today that we are a bunch of Marxists, and we're going to forever use the 1930s, 1940s as a tool to maintain our legitimacy, our sense of legitimacy in the world today, because we've got to demonise the opposition to such an extent that we you know, forever call you a bunch of Nazis if you disagree with us. So, yeah, looking forward to reviewing this one. Alan Moore. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Mina for young ladies. Comic books for young ladies and beta male cooks. The Tempest. I'm a big fan of William Shakespeare's The Tempest. That's why I picked up this book, and just to see what, you know, Alan Moore's doing today. I tell you what, even though the book is all, you know, got pink letters there and it's for young ladies, it can't be any more feminine than anything else that I pick up in the comic book store today. Yeah, all the comics are pretty much, you know, for the young ladies. Yeah, I don't know what is in the bag. Anyway, maybe there's a pornographic poster in the middle. It's for far left ladies. It's for sexually liberated ladies who like ladies. That's what I'm trying to say. So there we go, that's all the books I got this week, and just reiterate then what I said at the beginning of this video. That's a whole year doing these videos, a whole year of Comicsgate videos hasn't really led to any change in the comic book industry at all. So this will be the last time that I hear your old buddy Rorschach using the word Comicsgate. Got to discard it. It's useless. It'll be pretty much like identifying as a, yeah, like I said before in this video, a National Socialist from the 1930s, 1940s, German style. You just don't want to do it. Bad optics, I guess you could say. Yeah, the word Comicsgate has been demonised to such an extent that all it's done is help the comic book industry double down on their far left identity politics and Democratic Party supporting ways, and demonise all criticism of what they're doing as being racist, sexist, and coming from a bunch of Nazis. So there we go. That's all I've got to say for the time being. Thanks for checking out the video review. Please like and subscribe to the channel whilst you still can, whilst I'm not getting no platform Sargon of Akkad style. It's going to happen in 2019. I'll wake up one day and my channel won't be a channel anymore. That's what's happening in the West right now, as the fields take over the facts and censorship from the corporations, with the government doing absolutely nothing to stop them, starts to become a major problem running up to the 2020 elections in America. But that's a different topic for a different time. So cheers, thanks for checking out the video. I'll be back as always later. See you guys.